Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. Today I'm going to do my first ever, because I've never done one, unboxing video. They seem to be very popular, so we'll see. We'll see if you guys like it or not. This is a real unboxing video. I have not opened this box. I do know what's in it. In fact, I talked about it on Patreon this morning, and I told them what I was going to do, and I gave them a heads up because fortunately, unfortunately, you decide. When I do these videos for YouTube, stuff sells out quickly. So I always tell the people who send me stuff, if you want me to talk about it, you better have a lot of it because people are going to order it, and if you're back ordered, they get angry. I think you'll be okay here if you want, but I did tell Patreon first, so we'll see. Talking today on Patreon, and I'll share this little bit with you, and those of you who are switched on probably already heard it. Did you know that in France, a certain class of people, the unjabbed, are no longer allowed to go to hospitals? They don't let them in. No jab, no come. I was like, wow. And so then I spun off, and my brother, it's coming here, my brother had triple bypass surgery. You know, they ripped his heart out of his chest and put it back in. And after you have something like that done to you, you have a series of appointments that go like for years, where you come in and they check, make sure everything's okay. His doctor, my brother's doctor, fired my brother as a patient because he refuses. And so, you know, what do you do? Talking on Patreon today, where I talk every day. Most of you, because you're preppers, have a first aid kit. Most of you have some form, I hope, of medical training, first aid training, something. If you don't, you need to get it. But I don't know how many of us think long term that you may have to care for somebody for a period of time. I was a volunteer firefighter for 10 years, and in that time I covered a lot of vehicle accidents, car crashes. And it is amazing the amount of supplies that are used on one patient on the side of a road, the amount of dressings and tape and things that are applied, and you just see the litter of it after everybody leaves the scene. It's just there. And then to understand that's just to keep that person alive until they get to the hospital. And then once they get to the hospital, what do? They cut all that stuff off and throw it away. And they put new stuff on. They start treating them, debriding wounds. Maybe they go to surgery. Then they get more dressings. And then as the surgery's over, they go forward and they get more. Their dressings are changed every day, every 6 hours, whatever it is. It's a lot of stuff. And so then all of a sudden, your little first aid kit isn't that impressive if you're talking about long-term care for you and your people when you no longer have access to medical care. Whether that's because the world has just gone and there are no hospitals, or someone decides they don't like you for whatever reason, and because they don't like you, you're not allowed in. And if you're not allowed in, you're not allowed to go shopping for stuff either, right? You think it's coming to that? Whatever. There are times coming when you may need to take care of you and yours, and it goes beyond first aid. How do you do that? How do you start establishing the supplies? Well, one way is what is in this box. I hope. We're about to find out. Let's do this together, shall we? You can see. I'll bring you close up for other things. Well, a file's not going to do it. All right, here we go. Oh, I guess I could bring you in now. You can tell I don't do unboxing videos, but today we'll do one. There we go. All right. You don't need to see my ugly mug. Never cut toward yourself, PJ. You could harm yourself. Something tells me I'm going to have in here the things I need to take care of myself. Ho ho! Ho ho! Ho ho! Let me see if there's OPSEC on here. Ho ho ho! Should I read this first before I show it to you? I don't know what they're telling me. All right, I guess I can read it to you. Thank you for testing and evaluating our newest edition. I have enclosed a description and content list of the new Wound Care Bucket. This is our gift to you to say thank you for helping our small business become what it is today. Our friends and followers continue to inspire us to keep us moving forward and designing new kits. Bear T and I look forward to hearing what you think. Your feedback and opinions mean a lot to us. If you have any questions, email me. And then this is the list. The Wound Care Bucket, shall we? Oh, and look at this. Hold on. I know you can't see anything. I got these cool decals in there too. This is the Wound Care Bucket. I also got, and I'm going to show you, a pair of 7-inch North American Rescue Shears, a 76-piece advanced surgical kit, and a military surgical kit. Woo-hoo! The Wound Care Bucket is designed to address the most common needs of the caregiver for long-term treatment of grievous injuries. Because again, your first aid kit gets you to the doctor. Then what? What if there is no doctor and you got to do things yourself? This bucket contains massive quantities. Massive quantities. This bucket contains massive quantities of gauze, tape, gloves, and disinfectants. Each bucket is designed to treat one major wound for up to a month or several minor wounds for much longer. The Wound Care Bucket concept allows for continued care after TCCC. Stop the bleed principles have been applied in the field. Additionally, due to their ubiquitous nature, multiple wound care buckets can be stored indefinitely for whatever the future may hold. The Wound Care Bucket is a great addition to have on hand for field, hospitals, scout camps, bug out locations, or even your home workplace. All right. You need stuff. This is a great way to start acquiring stuff. You need training to use that stuff. RefugeMedical.com. Does it say it anywhere on here? Well, here they are. RefugeMedical.com offers awesome training. I've taken 3 of their classes now. I was trained in everything they teach. But you know what? In every class that I went to, I learned or remembered something I had forgotten in my training. Medical training is not a one and done. You need to refresh your training. You need to stay on top of things. And so they offer training. You should check them out. This is not about that, but I've been to their training and it is good. All right, so they have all this stuff in it. I'm not going to keep reading to you. You can pause the video and look at it. And then there's additional things that are available that they gave me. Besides that, I need a bucket opener to open this thing because my fingers are not that strong. But here's the deal. This is an awesome way. Can you see it? I'll just hold it. What the heck? This is an awesome way. I don't have a camera crew. This is an awesome way to store stuff. It's easy to store. It's waterproof. You can put it in the back of a closet. You can and should. I talked about this to a great extent today on Patreon. Sorry, another shameless plug. Establish a home medical clinic. You should have a plan to do that. You should have it stocked and ready to go. And so, because you've seen the cowboy movies, right? Tombstone, somebody gets shot. They come carrying them in, and they throw everything dramatically off the table, and they lay them on the table. Start boiling water. You can do better. You can do better than that. You should start thinking about long-term care for you and yours. This preparedness thing doesn't end with just, I have this little stuff and I got it in my car and I'm ready to go, man. Oh no. This is going long-term. It's just getting started right now, ramping up. You need to be self-sufficient. You need to be able to take care of yourself. And taking care of yourself is not just stop the bleed, which you should know how to do. But then what? And then what? And then what? I present to you the wound care bucket. Now, for those of you who hung out this long, this was not my idea. This was Bear's idea at Refuge Medical. A present for you. You get 10% off. That's awesome. That's a good markdown. You get 10% off of not just the wound care bucket, everything at refugemedical.com. If you use the code word, coupon code, Viking. 10% off. Come on. The Bear IFAC, best in the industry. Best in the industry. I know all kinds of special operators using them. It has saved lives. They have a little thing on their website somewhere. Every time it saves a life is saved by using the Bear IFAC. Ka-ting, people write in and tell them, they send them a new one, that kind of thing. Check out refugemedical.com, and if you see anything you like, coupon code Viking, just for you guys. Hey, if you like this content, if you like hearing about things like I talked ad nauseum about setting up a clinic, we talk about what's going on in the world, we talk about jobs that you can get that don't require a boss per se, like you don't have to work directly for somebody, you can do your own business stuff. We talk about where this world is going and how to deal with it. We have good conversations over there, good back and forth with the Vikings. Yes, of course, I'm talking about Viking preparedness on Patreon. It'll cost you a whole $1 a month. Come on, that's what, 3 cents a day? Please. Hey, refugemedical.com, 10% off, wound care bucket. I'm so glad they sent me one. This is going in our clinic. All right, I'll see you out there.